Welcome to the OTech Talks podcast, where it's all about working on technologies. You will hear the latest tech information, and your host, Kashif Manzoor, brings together product overviews, how-tos, best practices, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting techniques.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your time zone. This is Kashif Manzoor. And today we are back with blockchain topics. And I think we have already done 3 sessions on the blockchain where we have discussed the basics of blockchain. We can say introduction to blockchain technology. And then we have discussed in another session when not to use blockchain. And these are all podcasts are available on otechtalks.tv. In the podcast menu, if you'll go, you'll find out all these blockchain related podcasts, our sessions. And today, what I'm gonna do it as Oracle also released a journal availability of, or announced journal availability of Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service on 16th of July. So I thought let's discuss some of the key features of Oracle blockchain solution, how the metric is, what are the common features, and all this information is available on the public published documents. And let's go into some deep details. What is Oracle's blockchain details, and what are the basic features which they announce along with the blockchain general availability. So Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service is based on Oracle Autonomous, the way Oracle release Autonomous Database. So every new platform as a service is coming as an Oracle blockchain or Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service. And let's see how they have announced the metric for the pricing. It's basically 500 transactions per hour. And when we say 500 transactions per hour, means 500 blockchain transactions attempted in an Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service instance in 1 hour. That's the metric. And how to define basically this blockchain transaction? It means a ledger query or an attempted endorsement transaction, irrespective of the outcome of transaction, either success or failure, or an attempted commit transaction, irrespective of the outcome of transaction, success or failure, for each peer in the blockchain cloud service instance. A peer represents an entity or organization registered on the blockchain executing blockchain transactions. One entity can have multiple peers. Customers specify number of peers at provisioning time and can dynamically start additional peers. So that's the definition of blockchain transaction, and it's for each peer in blockchain cloud service, and 500 transactions per hour. Now, as a further details, I'm not going on a blockchain details and what all that, because those all information we already covered it in previous sessions. So I'm just focusing on some of the key points. A blockchain network has a founder that creates and maintains the network and participants that join the network. All organizations included in the network are called members. So some of the basic concepts. And Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service is a permission blockchain which provides a closed ecosystem where only basically organizations which are invited or participants only we know, and whoever is the owner, he's gonna invite them. They can only join the network and keep a copy of the ledger. So it's not public, no one can else knows about it. Permission blockchain use an access control layer to enforce which organization have access to the network. The founding organization or who is implementing blockchain, like any public sector company or a private, whoever is wanna implement a blockchain, or a blockchain network owner, we can say, determines the participants that can join the network. All nodes all nodes in the network are known and use a consensus protocol to ensure that the next block is the only version of truth. So if there are three steps to consensus protocol, which as per the blockchain cloud service, endorsement, this step determines whether to accept a rejected transaction. Ordering, this step sorts all transactions within a time period into a sequence or a block. Validation, this step verifies that the required endorsement are gotten in compliance with the endorsement policy and organization permissions. So that was some of the basic information on the blockchain. Now we will go on what are the main features of the blockchain cloud service from autonomous point of view and overall. It categorized into four levels, like building a trusted business network and how to automate or write the smart contracts, and then conducting a private transactions, how to integrate these blockchain transactions with other business applications, and what is available as an administration and monitoring tool. So these are 5 categories. Now we'll go one by one. Let's go with the first one. It's how to build trusted business networks. So on that, there are a number of points. It's provision about, you can simply provision in blockchain instance, and it gives you all required infrastructure services as embedded resources, including compute, containers, local storage, identity management, object store, network, etc. And we can start with the blockchain it's a production ready blockchain platform. It's based on Hyperledger Fabric, including membership service, peer nodes, ordering service, with Oracle added REST proxy and operation console tools. We can add partners locally or in different geographies easily, provision a new service instance in any supported Oracle Cloud Infrastructure region, and even complete the guided process to join the new organization. We can use to join on hybrid networks, hybrid joining and have partners running Hyperledger Fabric outside of Oracle Cloud by importing the organization's certificate into an Oracle Blockchain Cloud Service instance is also possible. Now we'll go to the second point, which is automate with the smart contracts. It's a basically business logic of blockchain, which we can say create smart contracts, which are called as chain codes for real-time business-to-business transactions, or to check conditions like matching POs, invoices, and shipping information prior to triggering payment and updating the ledger, exposed through REST proxy gateway or invoked via client SDKs. Even notifications are available. Then even we can quickly build and deploy chain code. It's define data schema, initialize data values, and create methods to contain the business logic invoked by external transactions to update or query data. The endorsement policies, we can define endorse policies specifying the number of required signature and specific organizations whose endorsements are required. Third category or point is on the primarily is conduct private transactions, and even we can ensure the confidentiality of domains. We can use the subnet blockchain members on separate channels. Even we can add read-only peers to channel to provide visibility to the ledger without ability to run smart contracts. We can enforce even access control in the chain code logic itself. We can also run the chain code across multiple channels. We can even dynamically create channels through like a client SDK calls, enabling applications to create new channels on demand and request peers to join. Then our next category of the features is how to integrate or integrated blockchain transactions on enterprise applications. The Oracle Blockchain Cloud Service provides an integrations by invoking transactions running chain code method through REST proxies, and even we can use the REST APIs to run transactions and queries synchronously and receive a response within transactions comments. SDK based development support is available, like enrolling members, adding peers, creating channels, or deploying contracts, registering for the events, and run for transactions. All these are using either Java, Go, or Node.js. It's plug-and-play integration with Oracle SaaS products and even on-premise applications, where it's available through the application technology adopters and workflow tools in the part of the Oracle Integration Cloud. Even we can use like building a new applications or SaaS extensions by using or through Oracle blockchain by using either Oracle Java application container or mobile or application builder. All those supports are available. On the administration side, we can view network status from dashboard or navigate to network nodes, channels, and chain codes. We can even dynamically change the configuration, and there is a console, easy monitoring and troubleshooting console is available where we can see and monitor even peers, orderer, and any other network component status, and a view network topology, view channels and peers. All those informations are as a part of available as part of monitoring and endorsing the chain codes. Now, I thought to discuss with you what are the chain code samples available from Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service. So what Oracle does, they included chain code samples that we can basically learn and use the console to implement and manage our network chain codes. These sample chain code pages contains the balance transfer sample is a simple chain code representing two parties with account balances and operations to query the balances and transfer funds between parties. Second, basically Oracle Blockchain Cloud Service Console's sample chain code is available on the car dealer sample, which includes chain code to manage the production, transfer, and curing of vehicle parts, the vehicles assembled from these parts, and transfer of the vehicles. In this sample, a large automaker and its dealers and buyers have created a blockchain network to streamline its supply chain activities. Blockchain helped them reduce the time required to reconcile issues with the vehicle and parts audit trail. Now, in this session, I think I'm done. So what I'm going to do in our next sessions, we need to go in more detail on Oracle Autonomous Blockchain Cloud Service, where we're going to discuss how to manage the organizations and networks. Second, we need to understand the managing nodes by type, how we can extend the network, how we can develop the chain codes, and even deploying and managing chain codes, and developing blockchain applications, the node configurations. So all these, I think around 6-7 topics, we will go one by one. So the next topic we're going to discuss in our next blockchain podcast is how to manage the organization and network. And so that will cover basically what is a console, how to modify monitoring, managing the nodes, channels, and certificates, and all that stuff. Thank you so much for listening this Blockchain Cloud Service. It's a short session to just give you some highlights on Oracle Blockchain Cloud Service. And what I will do, I will put in the show notes all the basic details what are available from Oracle on the published public documents. And once again, thank you so much for attending and listening this session. And I really enjoyed your comments, which you keep providing me. And please, whenever you get time, just give a feedback rating on the iTunes when you're downloading different podcasts. And see you or talk to you in the next session. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the OTech Talks podcast, and be part of Tech Talks at otechtalks.tv. It's a turf to share ideas, insights, and innovations.